This varsity sports presentation of Rise Above the Region 7-on-7 on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Riggs Premier Football Academy, and Mid-Continent Communications.
At KO Stadium on the Augustana campus for this first ever Rise Above the Region 7-on-7 football tournament. Had 8 teams here today for this first-time event. 6 from South Dakota, 2 from North Dakota. And we're down to the championship game here and down to the final 8 minutes, Jason, with Washington and Roosevelt. Roosevelt has just retaken the lead, 27-24. And Washington with the football. Again, you start at the 40-yard line. Can pick up a first down at the 20. It's all passing plays.
Running clock. You see the clock is not going to stop on incompletes or change of possession or even out of bounds. It just keeps running.
One-hand touch is a tackle in 7-on-7.
By the way, we could not have ordered a more perfect day for weather. A little warm, actually, for July weather, but it's been a treat playing all these games today.
Jack Skellhouse, Washington quarterback, slinging that out to the sideline. Reisdorfer with another catch. Had a touchdown catch here in this championship game. So it's going to be essentially third and about 9 yards here for Washington. You can't get a first down at the 20.
Number one goal here for these coaches is to work on their game, work on the route running, work on defending the pass. But we're getting into crunch time a little bit here, and it is a competition. And that's one thing they like about these type of 7-on-7 competition is it is a tournament. And it brings the competitive juices out just a little bit, just enough to get you kind of going and get you ready for the season.
That is Sean Aromo out of the backfield for Washington. We'll get some time at running back this year. And he's down to the 25, so it's going to be a fourth down here for Washington.
I think the Washington coaching staff hoping that Aromo can be one of those playmakers that they've been missing a little bit over the past couple of seasons. Maybe he can be one of those answers. Good hands.
Romo again. He just came down, ducked over the 20-yard line, turned around, and Skellhouse kind of put it on him. We'll see here on a replay. Yeah, he put it right where it's supposed to be.
Just for a little flair. Bounced it off his knee, but came up with it past the 20-yard line, giving them a fresh 4. So a couple check downs to Aromo. Good coverage downfield by Roosevelt. One of the many strengths of their team is their pass coverage and their secondary.
So first down, Warriors. 5 minutes to go here in this championship matchup. And wave it off, loss it down. You have 4 seconds for the quarterback to get rid of the football, and the Washington didn't do it that time.
Sometimes it's tough to get rid of that ball in 4 seconds. You're just used to, as a quarterback, reacting to the pass rush. When there is no pass rush, kind of lose that clock in your head. But this helps you kind of get that clock in your head when you have to get rid of the ball. But that time, good decision by Skellhouse to eat it rather than try to chuck it downfield. He's already thrown a couple picks today.
So there you see the formation. You got Will Farniak in there at the center spot. Basically 5 receivers going against 7 defenders. And there is Carter Keller with a catch.
It's going to be interesting to see how he mixes into this offense. Now a senior, first time going out for football. You can tell he's got the athletic skills and ability. Look at those hands, are nice too, coming down with the ball in traffic. But how's it going to translate when the bullets start flying? Live bodies coming down for you. I think he'll be successful this year. It might take him a few weeks to get into the mold, though.
So it's third down for Washington from about the 8-yard line. Skellhouse again. I think that's Fitzsimmons, and they just got a hand on him at about the 2-yard line.
Well, it gives you a lot more options operating from the 2-yard line when you have 4 seconds to get open. First is down from the 7 or 8, around that 10-yard line where it takes just a couple seconds to get into the end zone.
And it is 4th down, though, for Washington with 3 minutes to go here in this championship.
7. Scat right, sprint out.
This is you. I'm 1-on-1.
Chad
Ready?
Stathem's going to be in his 3rd year as the head coach this year. We'll hear from the Warriors here
Carter,
in a minute or so, but just trying to get things built back up into that powerhouse that the Warriors were for a lot of years, and that is broken up on 4th down, and the kid does it again. Justin Mueller with a pass breakup. It's a couple of minutes left here, but Roosevelt's going to get the ball back.
This one may be one of his most impressive pass breakups. He's got some ground to cover, and Skellhouse puts the ball, look at that, he puts it right on the right side and still has enough closing speed to cut that one down.
Yeah, he is really quick. He had one interception kind of closing out that way. And let's take a look now at one of the teams here in this championship game. Both teams actually in this championship game. Here's a little bit of 2015 prospects for the Washington Warriors and the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Sioux Falls, Washington has been building for the last 2 years under head coach Chad Statham. The Warriors were 3-6 last year, but held the lead in 7 of those 9 games.
The last game of the year was where we were literally a half a yard short from going ahead and probably winning the football game, and that kind of was our year last year. We were close, we just weren't close enough.
So it is simple this season. Get that extra yard and turn those close losses into wins this year.
We were really trying to focus in on just increasing our intensity and taking advantage of opportunities in the game where we can win it and separate ourselves, and that's our goal here.
The Washington offense will be big up front with a lot of experience in the backfield. Jack Skellhouse returns for his 3rd season as a starter at quarterback.
Last year, I think he had only 2 interceptions thrown, and he really made big strides in his game, and he's really having a good summer. He's doing the same thing.
Basketball standouts Ty Smith and Carter Keller will give Skellhouse some big targets at wide receiver. Chaden Fitzsimmons and Sean Aromo are back at running back. And up front, left tackle Matt Farniak and right guard Steve Cordell are both 3-year starters on an offensive line that Statham says should be a big Warrior advantage. Defensively, Michael Enels and Jacob Skogstad and Jensen Amdahl look good at linebacker, while Jack Bren at corner, along with Skellhouse and Isaiah Fettrell at the safeties, should be a solid defensive backfield.
They're guys that have been waiting for their turn. It's their turn. And that's kind of the deal here with a lot of our defensive guys who've been waiting for their turn. And we have been just very impressed with their defense. And they're fast, and they get to the ball, and that's kind of the way we want to play.
Well, on the other side of Sioux Falls, the Roosevelt Rough Riders are ready to keep it rolling. The Riders had to get past an early injury to star quarterback Taryn Christian last year, then made a run to get to the Big School State Championship game, but lost to Sioux Falls Lincoln.
We were happy with that part of it. Obviously, you're never happy if you lose your last game, but the best part about that whole thing is that a lot of our guys that played last year are back. We have 9 or 10 starters back on defense. We have 5 or 6 guys on offense that started at one time or another. We should be pretty good.
Quarterback Jet Thune, who stepped in as the starter last year, is back for his senior season.
Jet's a playmaker. He's kind of a streaky thrower. Sometimes he hits 6 or 7 in a row, and then you wonder what he's looking at the next 6 or 7. But he's also a real good runner, a real good playmaker. He's got good quickness and really good feet.
He also has lots of big receivers to throw it to, like Tyler Van Voorst at 6'4" and Jamal Abu Safi at 6'2". In the backfield, 5'8", 185-pound powerhouse Tyson John should be the starter at running back. On defense, the Riders have a lot of talent coming back, including All-Stater Sean Powell and 2 other starting linebackers, Nathan Durfee and Cole Schroedermeyer at the safeties, and an outstanding cornerback in Justin Mueller.
Well, I think our defensive guys are going to be way ahead of the game. I think early in the season, we can rely on them, I hope, to get some stops and get some turnovers and make some plays for our offense. Our offense has a little farther to go. We're replacing some really good players, Chase Vinatieri and Ryan Benson and Taryn Christian and Jake Bear and some of those. Grant Schmidt's gone, and Sam Denovan. These guys started 3 or 4 years for us. So it's going to be some different faces on offense, and it's going to take us a little bit longer to get ready to go.
All right, Riders going to get it back after that. Another very good play by Justin Mueller to knock it away on 4th down for Washington and see if they can run it out here. The clock does run down to 1:40.
You hear in the background defensive coach talking to Justin Mueller.
But drill work is maybe coming around.
It's coming around.
The acceleration you have on that break is really good. I wish we would have been filming this as well. We'll get some of it on here, but Midco.
Yeah, they're going to like the film review on that young man right there, Justin Mueller.
We got Mueller on the defensive side. They got all kinds of guys on the offensive side this year for Roosevelt. Tyson John again on that swing pass for some pretty big yardage.
Yeah, we haven't seen what he can do when he's running the ball. You guys will be really liking what you see when you see the regular season with Tyson John in the backfield. Just a junior, but is going to shoulder the load in the backfield this year for the Riders.
Jet Thune back on at quarterback for the Riders. They can pretty much run it out here.
Yeah, there's no play clock, so as long as they don't turn it over.
Another catch by Van Voorst. Did not quite get into the end zone. Probably not going to matter, though, as Roosevelt is going to win the inaugural Rise Above the Region 7-on-7, Jason.
And they did it with a deep passing game and some big picks on defense. I mean, it's just a few plays that decide games, and we saw those few plays go in the direction of Roosevelt today. And no timeouts, so one more chance to go for the end zone.
Yeah, Riders want to get maybe one more in, but Thune's going to toss it out, and Roosevelt wins the first ever Rise Above the Region 7-on-7 tournament. Probably not the first win, the last win that we will see out of these guys. This is one of your teams to beat in 11 AAA in South Dakota, right?
They definitely have what it takes to go a long way this year, and we saw why. With so many different weapons for this Roosevelt team, it's going to be fun to watch them throughout the regular season. But you know what was fun, Tom, is watching all of the games today and some of the best plays that we saw. And it wasn't just these two teams. All 8 teams brought some big plays. Let's take a look at the top plays of the day. All right, our first installment of Jandy approved plays of the day. It's Colderberg who goes back, looks for Lee Ransom, but look at this. Hits him right on the helmet. And it's Nolan Kiley who uses his concentration to come up with the ball. In at number 9, Jake Carlson with the long bomb. He finds Nick Miller, who sheds a defender right at the end of the play. The combination of the bomb and the run get him at number 9. Moving on to 8, Jet Thune, speaking of long throws, finds his man Austin Johnson with the stretch, the catch, and another stretch. Great play by Johnson. Now Jack Pfeiffer of Fargo South puts it where only Ethan Wold can catch it. I don't think Wold can even see the ball coming, but he comes down with the catch and the touchdown. Now it's time for our Pete Sanchez portion of the plays of the day. He dives in the end zone to make that catch. This time goes up, secures the ball, and comes down. On another play, goes over his back shoulder, tumbles, and holds onto the ball. He also can do it on defense, folks. Gets the deflection and the pick. So Pete Sanchez, 4 big plays, all combining for one of the best plays of the day. Now at number 5, Sanchez is targeted on this one, but it's Jack Brenn of Sioux Falls, Washington, who puts one hand in front and somehow comes up with the interception. Great one-handed grab by Jack Brenn. In at number 4, it's O'Gorman. You don't see him with the passing game a lot, but Luke Fritsch can definitely get it done. Look at this. Passes it all the way to the right side with the nice extension and the dive for the touchdown. Now Yankton's Bashir Abdul Kareem. Look at this. Horizontal interception. It's not all about offense, folks. Defense on the day. Nice catch by Yankton. In at number 2, Washington needed one more score to advance to the title game. They get that score. No time left on the clock. Carter Keller comes up with the big catch, and Washington advances to the finals. In at number 1, it's Jack Skellhouse once again. He lofts it up where only one man can make the catch. That man is Sean Aromo. What a diving grab. Easily the number 1 play of the day.
All right, all of our Midco guys got to vote on the most valuable player here in the championship, and he is standing by with Alex Heinert.
Thanks, guys. Justin Mueller, MVP of today's 7-on-7 drill. Just talk about what this team did today to go through and win a championship.
We worked really well together. I mean, we started off slow sometimes in the beginning, but we've been playing together since last year, and like we returned a lot of players, and we play really well together. We've known each other since growing up, and it's just chemistry that just is there.
A couple of big picks in that title game. Talk about those 2 plays you made.
Well, I mean, my coach just gave a really good call for what they were going to run, and I just saw it the whole way and just basically took a chance, and I got it.
You got about a month and a half or so before the season gets started. How much does this help you guys get ready for the 2015 football season?
I mean, it builds confidence as us as a team, but I mean, we're going to work hard, and we're going to try and work harder than everyone, all these teams, and we're just going to go out there and get it done, take one game at a time, and just work as a team and get it done.
Sounds good. Thanks, Justin. Congratulations, man. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, guys. Justin Mueller, the most valuable player here in our first ever 7-on-7 tournament at Kirkaby Over Stadium. And here's Kim Nelson, the Roosevelt head coach. See what he thinks about today.
Thanks, guys. With Kim Nelson, head coach of the champion Roosevelt Rough Riders. This is kind of a fun thing today. We'll talk about how the boys handled this atmosphere in this competition.
It really was a lot of fun, and our guys played really hard. Our defense really came through in the last game with some picks and some big plays at crucial times. Just a good atmosphere to play in, great facility, great competition, and we had a lot of fun. And our goal wasn't necessarily to win the competition, but just play as well as we could and get better and give everybody a chance to get in the game. And it worked out for us today. Hopefully we can keep this winning streak going.
This being the first Rise Above the Region tournament like this, what did you expect coming in, and were those expectations met today?
Yeah, I was expecting some really good competition. And my hair look okay? God, you were late on that. You were late on that.
I didn't think he was going to do it for a second.
Yeah, I hope that's the last time.
It's a hot day. Yeah, it's good. At least it wasn't Gatorade. It was just water.
Okay. No, it was really fun. We expected great competition and to have a lot of fun, and really happy that the North Dakota schools were able to come down. I hope we can get more of that interstate thing going on, especially the way Midco covers everybody. And, I think it's a great way to kick off the season with this kind of thing. That the guys are starting to smell football coming now, and this is really good for us to kind of get our competitive juices going. And it got pretty competitive at times today. I was really a little worried about things getting overdone a little bit. Coach Riggs and all the referees did a really nice job of keeping things under control and keeping the tempo going. So hopefully nobody got hurt very bad, and I know our guys are pretty sore. And we got to go to camp tonight at 6 o'clock, so I can't wait to see how they do that.
That'd be a good test for them right after this. One last thing I know this is, again, just a 7-on-7 drill, not really near what an 11-on-11 full contact competition is going to be, but this has got to give these kids a little confidence and a little momentum going into the season in a month and a half.
Well, I think so. And anytime you go to a camp and do well, obviously there's a lot of things that we learned today that we need to do better, So every time you compete, you're going to find out, you're good at these things, you're not good at these things, and you learn something about your team. And hopefully our guys learn that, sometimes we don't play great, but we can still win games. Sometimes we do it on offense, sometimes we do it on defense. It takes a whole team to win a championship, and I'm hoping that our guys can get that figured out.
Congrats on the win today, Coach. Good luck with the season. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
And his hair looks fabulous. It's going to be a fun season, though, for these guys and for Coach Kim Nelson at Roosevelt.
Well, many thanks to all the people who worked hard to organize this event. It's been fun to do the first annual Rise Above the Region. We hope to bring you many more in the future.